Hello and good morning. It's Michelle Howe. I am coming on to share a little bit of wisdom with you guys, touch base on the empath idea, the stages, the journey, what it really is about, and congratulate you for listening, listening to something outside of the box. We're all regular people, regular, right? Regular. What does that mean? Normal. What does that mean? Most empaths, most people who are empaths, um, who recognize it to a degree, know that they function a little different. They're a little deeper. They tune in a little bit more. They sense what's going on with people, things that are not being said, they can tune into. And in some ways, they can be hard on themselves because they don't understand why they react a certain way, or they feel uncomfortable, or they don't feel like they quite fit in, or they're being targeted in some way, for being too sensitive or for trying to fix something, or their genuine interest in caring isn't always appreciated. There are those of us that don't quite understand how to filter through this environment. Then there are others of us who know this environment quite well, and we know that we need to kind of safeguard ourselves and tread carefully over what we do and what we don't do. So, the biggest and hardest part about being an empath is recognizing that it's there, and that if you care too much, you're going to start absorbing and trying to fixing and trying to take care of and trying to be responsible for all the things around you. And this happens seamlessly. You're not on purpose trying to do this. You're just an open-hearted, amazing person. And yet there's a struggle. There will be a struggle because everyone is here to learn things, and you will attract things into your life. They're going to teach you to be more awake and more aware of your spirit. What do I mean by that? I don't mean your personality. I'm differentiating personality from spirit. Personality is who you think you are. Spirit is who you are. So the more you advance on the journey, the more you recognize the spirit of you, and you want to get to know who that person is. And as you get to know who that person or that vibration or that just magnetic, amazing part of you is, you become more and more and more of that instead. So I wanted to just leave you with a couple tips today that I think would be helpful. I've been a little bit absent because as an empath, you are on a journey of self-healing. That means when the planets are changing, when circumstances in your life are changing, you're going to process that a little bit more intensely than somebody else. Everything is just amplified when you're an empath. And for me, I was fine one day, and then the next day everything switched to off or low, which meant that I had to go inside to figure out what was going on. And I have a lot of changing dynamics in my personal life, all of them good, rites of passage, good things, but good doesn't always translate into happy, immediate happy, especially when there are changes. As a human being, I mean, in the way I've always operated, every stage, every part of my life is so important. When you change a little thing, especially not a little thing, like a child leaving for college or a child moving out of state, when you change those at first, it's going to impact, and most women would get this, men and not as much would get this, because your identity changes, the way that you function changes, the way that your relationship is changes. It goes through a metamorphosis. So that's a little bit about me, but about you. The most important thing you need to know is that you are learning, you're in school, you need to be open, you are blessed with amazing access to energy, to high vibrational energy. You have that potential, that gift. You also have the potential and curse of connecting to lower vibrational energies and staying stuck there, which is not what you want to do. All right. So if in some way this is something that you're struggling with, certainly stick around. I have the group online, Empath Evolution's community on Facebook, and I have the page, and I have my newsletter. Stay in touch. I do blogs. I will do the program in the fall. Journey to Awakening will be live in the fall. There'll be some different sales on the programs. Basically, you want to be surrounded by and connecting with high vibrational people, high vibrational energies. You want to learn. You want to disconnect from all of the lower thoughts and emotions. I shouldn't say disconnect. You want to transmute that. You want to recognize it, and you want to shift what that is. All right. A lot of the way that we feel and the way that we think and the way that we believe is based on conditioning. The community we were raised in, the families we were raised in, the things we heard about in the world. And the moment we disconnect from that and connect inside is when we can really find our truth and live our truth. And with that being said, there's also like things I've discovered along the way that are just priceless. Priceless things I've bumped into, rammed into, ignored, that I now can see very clearly would be helpful on the journey. So I'm going to let you go for now. Any questions, any topics, any issues, please comment. Even in the replay, just comment. Let me know. I always go back and take a peek at this. There are many, many, many things an empath can do to empower themselves. There are many things that we need to learn because this knowledge was not something that our families, most of our families, 95+% of our families could have ever taught us. This is new stuff. So, again, Michelle, Empath Evolution. Look me up, get on the list, stay connected, and I hope you have an amazing day, and we'll talk to you soon.